really impressed at how quickly they picked things up and just kind of inserted themselves and took the initiative. Obviously, I expect them to do these things, but at first it was like, whoa, this person can do this? So I'm the co-founder for a company called Dwell Build. We are based in the Washington, D.C. area. So we service Washington, D.C., Virginia, and Maryland. We do usually somewhere in like the $4 to $5 million range. And the way we're set up, it's myself and I have a partner, Alex. My partner runs our field crews and our all field operations. And I'm doing basically BD and sales for the company. And we focus mostly on residential. We do a little bit of commercial projects. We do a lot of pre-sale renovation work for people who want to sell their homes. We do a fair amount of custom work. We also do spec building as well. So every year we will buy, tear down, and build 3 to 4 new homes. So ultimately we'll sell. And so that's kind of high level how we're set up and the kind of projects that we perform. I was a bit skeptical, but working with ConstructAid gave me confidence because obviously one of probably the biggest value that they provide is assisting in the integration, knowing that I had like a company and a system behind the operator that would support me. The value for what you pay for what you get, the value is like, you can't replicate that with an in-person local talent. We went for it and here we are. So it worked out. And now I'm like the biggest advocate for offshore talent and specifically operators through ConstructAid because seeing it on a day-to-day basis, how fantastic it is. Obviously did research with other companies, thought about it and I considered it because I recognize that I'm paying a little bit of a premium. I've come to realize the value is really there in having a team behind you because ultimately I need to stay focused on my construction business. Also somewhat hesitant or doubtful of like, okay, is there going to be a language barrier? There's obviously a huge time difference. There are cultural differences, but I haven't felt any effect on that on my business. One of the huge benefits is like we're paying for our operators on a credit card, like have on staff guys in the field that W-2 employees, and it's obviously much more expensive. And Social Security, payroll taxes, Medicare taxes, it's a huge financial benefit to basically it being a much more simple payment structure, if you will, with offshore talent, our operators, relative to bringing in somebody local and having to basically provide a benefit package to them. There's a little bit of overlap in terms of what they do for us, but we've kind of separated them where Myla is doing like much more production type tasks and Angelica is doing any and all marketing tasks. They communicate with clients on JobTread for us. They send out invoices. They prepare change orders. They prepare proposals for us. They prepare the construction documents for us. We have a weekly jobs call at 10 a.m. every Thursday where everybody on the team is on that call and they're putting together all the tasks that need to happen for that project for that week. And that's a list of the items that they're doing for us. First month, once we bring on the operators, ConstructAid is handling really and overseeing the training of them, helping them totally get comfortable with JobTread. There's definitely a ramp up period as there is with any new employee that you bring on where they need to understand your system, how you operate. You're in the middle of like $1 million job. So at first they're very much just kind of taking orders and being pushed a little bit to do this and do that because they just don't have the context. Once we were starting new jobs with them, being onboarded, I would say pretty immediately. I was really impressed at how quickly they picked things up and just kind of inserted themselves and took the initiative, right? I'm at the stage where I'm like, obviously I expect them to do these things, but at first it was like, whoa, this person can do this? Like,
yeah, totally.
oh, I don't have to call that vendor. Oh, I don't have to call the county to follow up on this permit. I used to be on hold sometimes for 45 minutes. Myla will call the county. When she gets them on the call, she'll patch me into the call. I mean, how much time do I save with that? I never told Myla to do that. She just started doing it. I was like, wow. My operators are super intelligent people, and I've been so impressed by that.